Hey, Foreclosure Fix family, and welcome to another episode of the Foreclosure Fix podcast, where our goal is to help 1 million homeowners successfully navigate foreclosure. Now, if that mission resonates with you, please do us a favor, like, subscribe, and share the podcast with someone who you know can benefit from the content. Or better yet, get them a copy of our new book, The Foreclosure Fix, 12 Proven Steps to Beat the Bank, Escape Foreclosure, and Turn Your Property into a Profitable Asset. You can find that anywhere books are sold or at www.theforeclosurefix.com. Y'all, we have a goal to help 1 million homeowners, and I need your help. My name is DJ Olojo, and I am the host today. And so I am pumped up about today's topic. 5 reasons you are getting lowball offers on your home when facing foreclosure. I have met with probably about 7 or 8 homeowners this week. And one common comment that I have been hearing from the homeowners is, I keep on getting low ball offers on my home. I'm getting all this mail. I'm getting all these text messages, all these calls with people saying they want to buy my house. And it's good news because I want to sell my house. But the offers they are providing are so low. Zillow says my house is worth $200,000 or $300,000, but they are trying to offer me $100,000, or just saying, I'll take over your mortgage and give you $2,000 to move, or saying, I will give you half of the value of the property. Why is this the case? What's going on? Can you please help me? And so this podcast is dedicated to all the folks out there who find themselves in that situation, who are facing foreclosure. They're trying to escape. They're trying to turn their property into a profitable asset and get something out of it. But they keep on running up against the wall of people who won't give them what they think the value is. And so there are 5 reasons why you are getting low ball offers on your house. The first reason, and which is the elephant in the room, right? It's reason number 1. Someone may be trying to take advantage of you. That is the first reason. Plain and simple. Sometimes when people know you are in foreclosure, when people know that you are having some financial distress, their first attempt to purchase your house will be a lowball offer to see if you take it. Now, this does not necessarily mean that person is nefarious. This does not necessarily mean that person is a bad person. This means that the strategy for that person, because they know you have to sell, is to give you a low offer to see if you will take it. One thing about real estate that you have to understand is that when someone buys a property, whether it's an investor, whether it's a homeowner, whether it's a hedge fund, they assume a certain level of risk. They are making an investment. Now, investments, when you do them right, should be educated guesses that typically lead to good results. But regardless of that, no one knows the future. And so it is in their best interest to give you the least amount of money so that way they can make the most amount of return on their investment. Now, for a homeowner facing foreclosure, they may feel insulted. You may feel like, you are trying to give me half the value of my house. You're stealing from me. You're robbing from me. And that's one way to feel. And that is okay to feel that way. But the thing about a property is that the value of the property is predicated by 2 things. 1, the demand of the asset. And then 2, the time and exposure you can put that asset out there. And so the mass appeal. It's almost like a garage sale. If you advertise a garage sale in your neighborhood, you will have people coming back and forth to your neighborhood to see the stuff you want to sell at the garage sale. But if you put that same thing on eBay, you may have thousands or millions of people looking at that same product. And so your price point is going to be higher. And so you have to keep that in mind. If you're a homeowner and you're getting lowball offers, it is okay. It happens every day. People do it all the time, and you do not need to take it personal. This is business for the investor. This is business for the homeowner who wants to buy your house. This is business for the realtor, and they don't make money. They don't get paid unless a real estate transaction happens. The realtor doesn't get paid unless the house closes and they make a commission. The loan officer doesn't make money unless the house closes and they make a commission. And the real estate investor doesn't make money unless the house closes and they start getting rental income, or they sell the house after renovating the house, or whatever else may be the case. And so if you're upset because you think someone's trying to take advantage of you facing foreclosure, don't be mad. Just take action. And that action is getting more offers. That action is getting help from a professional who can help you and let you know what the value of your house is, who can help you navigate or negotiate that situation. And so don't take it personal. Don't feel like someone is doing something nefarious to you or personally attacking you. They're just making you an offer. And if they made you an offer in good faith, then you can move forward and say, I want to go get more offers. So do not feel bad when you get a lowball offer. I am telling you firsthand that it's going to happen. It happens every day, and I see it across my work with homeowners facing foreclosure. All right. So the first reason why someone is giving you a lowball offer is that they may be trying to take advantage of you, and you shouldn't take it personally. You should move on and go to the next offer. Second reason, your house needs a lot of work. I will tell you, I walk into houses every week that are disgusting. I walk into houses every week that need so much work that I wonder how the people who are living there living them. And so before you turn your nose up at the offer you get, you need to really assess, is my house in good condition? I'll tell you, when I go into houses, I typically have a mask, the same type of mask you wear and when we were during COVID-19, right? I keep those masks now in my car because so often I walk into houses and I am sick when I walk in, and I'm not sick necessarily because the house is dirty and things like that all the time. I'm allergic to pets. And so I don't have any dogs. I don't have any cats. And so I basically go ahead and pop a Benadryl or pop an allergy pill before I go into houses where I know they have pets, because if not, I leave scratching. I leave with a runny nose and watery eyes and things like that. And so I use a COVID mask and I take an allergy pill when I know people have pets. And so when people have pets, a lot of times they don't realize the damage that pets do to homes. And so I have been into properties where people have 10 cats, or people have, 7 dogs. And I'm not talking about little chihuahuas or something like that. I'm talking about big dogs, huge dogs. And the dogs are running the house, or the cats are running the house. And you get into that house and the house has a very distinct animal smell that is difficult to get out, especially when the pets urinate in the house or urinate on the walls or whatever else may be the case. I've also been in houses where you have roaches, and not water bugs like you have in Georgia when it's just, really rainy or something like that. I'm talking about German cockroaches, the ones where when you open the cabinets, they start scattering and moving around, and people are living with these type of things. And that is not a dig at anybody who may be facing those type of problems. That is more to tell you that when someone comes into your house and they see those problems, especially if they're an experienced professional in real estate, they know that those problems have to be mitigated before they can sell the house. I toured a house this week, and when I toured that house, from the Zillow pictures and the Google map view, I knew that the house would need a little bit of work. But when I went up into the house and I started walking through the property, it needed a significant amount of work. It needed over $100,000 worth of work. And this homeowner was indignant because of the fact that they thought that they should be receiving what the Zillow value of the property was, which was $270,000. But I had to explain to them that if an investor needed to put $100,000 into the property and then pay real estate agents their commission, pay a lender or pay closing costs for a homeowner, and then they still had to make profit, how were they going to give them the $270,000 value they saw on Zillow? They were going to have to give them significantly less. Potentially, they would have to give them almost like $130,000 for the property, which was maybe just a little bit over what their mortgage amount was. And so when you look at these situations, you have to take yourself out of the shoes of the homeowner facing foreclosure and put yourselves in the shoes of the other people who have to be involved in the transaction for it to work and move forward. All right. So the second reason why you may be getting lowball offers is because your house needs a lot of work. Now, if you say, DJ, my house is in great condition, I know that for a fact. All right. Then why am I getting lowball offers? The next reason is the person who is giving you the offer may have the value of the property wrong. So if you live in an area that's rural, if you live in an area where you don't have other comparable properties, and what I mean by comparable properties, that means similar properties like yours that have sold in the last 30, 60, 90, 6 months, a year, right? If you don't have a lot of comparable properties, then it's hard to know what the value of your property is. Also, if you have a unique piece of property, like, so for example, you have a house that has numerous acres, or you are on a well versus being on city water, or you just have numerous features that make your house unique that may make it more valuable to some buyers. It may be hard for the person who is giving you the offer on your property to value those things versus if you're in a cookie cutter subdivision in the city where every house sells for the same amount per square foot. It's a lot easier to come up with a value of that property and know that it's going to sell when they come back to market versus if you are in a unique property, in a unique location, or you have unique features. Maybe you made improvements to your property that make your property one of a kind. And those improvements are not just improvements that you like, blue walls or fuchsia ceilings or something like that, but they're improvements that everyone would like. They're universal improvements. Maybe you've made significant upgrades, new HVAC, water heater, whatever else may be the case. And so some people just may have the value wrong. And so when someone gives you an offer and they tell you that, hey, this is what I'm willing to pay, that's their perspective of the value. And so you don't have to be upset with that. You don't have to be a complaint about that. They just may have the value wrong. And that means you need to get more offers. You need to go out and find more people to give you offers on your home. All right. The fourth reason why someone may give you a lowball offer is that your situation may be very, very complicated and they are going to essentially penalize you to help you solve it. I see this all the time when you have estates and you have situations where someone may be going into foreclosure and it's an estate situation and there are numerous heirs that they have to deal with. They're going to have numerous attorneys get involved, or the heirs or people who they have to deal with live in various states around the country, and they just know it's going to be a pain in the butt to deal with. They will give you a lowball offer because they want to make more money on that transaction. So just say, for example, the person who's trying to buy your house or the realtor who's working with you or something like that, they assume that they're going to make a $20,000 profit from the transaction that they're doing with you, right? And when I say $20,000 profit, after they buy the house, they renovate the house, they resell the house, they plan to make $20,000 for their investment, their knowledge, their work. If they see a situation that's going to cause them to spend a significant amount of time, that's going to cause them to spend a significant amount of resources, they may say that $20,000 I can make on an easy cookie cutter deal, I want to double that. Or I need to, make $30,000. And so the only way they can make more money is by offering you less money on your property. And again, you may get upset and say, well, my situation is not that complicated. I know what to do. I can fix it. The question I ask you is, why haven't you fixed it to date? Right? Why haven't you gotten all the resources together to fix the problem? Because as I talk about all the time on this podcast, as I tell you, when you're facing foreclosure, the more problems that an investor, the more problems that a buyer has to fix for you, the lower your offer will always be. The more things that you can fix, the more things that you can do, the more you will get for your property. If your property is in meticulous condition, it's ready to go, it's move-in ready, I guarantee you will get the highest offer if it looks like that. If your property has deferred maintenance, if it needs a lot of work, then guess what? You are going to get a lower offer, right? And so just keep that in mind. People are charging you to deal with a complicated situation. It's the same thing that attorneys do. When you walk into an attorney's office and you come with a straightforward case, they may say, I'll give you an hourly rate of $350 per hour. And it's going to take me 3 hours to do this, right? And so your total is $1,050, easy peasy. When you come in with something that may cause litigation, something that has a whole bunch of loose ends, they'll say, I want a $5,000 retainer before I can handle your case. And you're looking like $5,000, that's a lot of money. And they're telling you like, yeah, you got a lot of problems. I've been there. I understand exactly what you're thinking. And it's not that people are trying to take advantage of you. It's that your case is just complicated. Your situation takes a lot of work. And anytime someone is putting more work into something, they want to be compensated for it. The last reason why you are getting lowball offers is that time is limited and you need to close ASAP. Y'all, time is the thing that is not on your side when you are facing foreclosure. That is why I always stress to you, if you are going to sell your house, if you are going to do something and not let the bank take your house in foreclosure, you need to move quickly. Don't wait to a day or two before the foreclosure sale to take action. Don't wait to a couple weeks out. Start early. Start as soon as you know that you are facing foreclosure. And that is so important because the more time you have, the more options you have, the more offers you can get, and the better your outcomes will be. And so when you get a lowball offer because someone says, hey, you have 10 days until the foreclosure sale, I can buy your house, pay all cash for it, and give you some time to stay in the property before the foreclosure sale. And I can guarantee I can do this, right? And I'm willing to put up earnest money of $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 to show you that I can do this. They are not going to give you a high offer. They are going to give you a lowball offer because it is harder to find someone who's going to pay all cash for your property and close quickly than it is to find someone who is going to be able to get money from a bank and get a loan on your property and close in 30 days. The number of people who are actual cash buyers who have the money sitting in their bank account, who can move really, really fast is significantly smaller than the group of people who need to get money from a bank or a lender or things like that. And so if you're in a situation where you have to close in less than 10 days, I can guarantee that unless your house is in a few prime locations or unless your situation is just very, very unique, the offer you receive will be lower than what you will get if you had 30 plus days to be able to close out the property. And if you had time for it to be put on the open market to get a higher offer. That is the 5 reasons, y'all, why people are giving you lowball offers for your property. Number 1, someone may be trying to take advantage of you. Number 2, your house needs a lot of work. Number 3, they have the wrong value. Number 4, your situation is complicated. Or number 5, time is limited and you need to close ASAP. Y'all, that brings me to my favorite part of the podcast, which is our bow tie round. It's when you, our listeners, get to tie one on with your host, DJ Olojo. The B in bow tie round stands for my best advice for someone facing foreclosure. The O stands for one thing I am grateful for right now. And the W stands for my wildest or most interesting foreclosure related story. All right. The B today in the bow tie round is my best advice. All right. My best advice for someone facing foreclosure is to get multiple offers on your property. Do not just get one offer, right? Unless you only have a couple weeks to close and you got to sign something quickly. My best advice is to get multiple offers on your property. The way you know what the value of something is, it's what is the market willing to pay? That is what the value is, what the market is willing to pay at the given time you want to sell it. And so the only way you know what the market is going to pay is if you are procuring offers from multiple sources. And so that way you can say, which offer is the best for me? All right. And so when you do that, accept the offer and give them a timeline on when you're going to respond. Say, hey, I am getting multiple offers on this property. I'll be back in touch with you in a few days or a week or 2 or things like that. And then that gives them time to know, all right, you're going to get back in contact with me, but you don't have to sign anything right away. I would always sleep on big decisions. So don't necessarily sign something right away, sleep on it, and then move forward. And as I always say, you can get help, y'all. Do not wait and stop and say, oh, I'm by myself. I don't have anybody to help me. There are people who are willing to help you, whether it's real estate agents, whether it's people in your family, or it's other investors. Yes, believe it or not, there are investors out there who do want to help you and who would tell you, yeah, my offer was lower. Take the other offer. It's so important that you realize that people are out there to help you. Not everyone is trying to take advantage of you. Now, you have to be careful and you have to be mindful and use your best judgment and trust your gut. But there are people out there who want to see you get to a better spot and get out of foreclosure. All right. One thing I'm grateful for right now, I'm grateful for my team. I work with a team of people who are just amazing, and they help me do what we do every day at the Foreclosure Fix in our real estate business, and they just make my life so easy. And so I'm grateful for all my team, for Elias, for Elizabeth, for Shayna, and for all the folks who just help us move forward. So thank you so much to my team. I really appreciate you all. I love you guys, or I love you guy and gals, and y'all just make my life so easy, and I'm so grateful to have you in my life. All right, and my wild or crazy story for this week is coming out of a situation we had in the great state of New Jersey. Y'all, we had a mortgage that had an unpaid principal balance of over $200,000. That mortgage went to foreclosure sale. It was in second position. And at the foreclosure sale, we got wiped out. And what does it mean to get wiped out? It means when you get zero, nada, zilch, nothing, your investment goes up into smoke and you lose a lot of money. Yes, the first mortgage foreclosed and there were no overages at the foreclosure sale. And so that means because we were in second position, we get $0. That means that over $200,000 in unpaid principal balance that we had on our books is now written down to $0. We lost a lot of money. That is my wild, crazy, most interesting foreclosure related story this week. I lost a lot of money and it sucks, but thus is life. And that's what happens sometimes when you're the bank. You do lose money. The bank doesn't always win. Hence the reason the bank doesn't want your house. They just want you to pay your mortgage and they want the interest payments. Y'all, that wraps another episode of the Foreclosure Fix podcast. I'm so excited that you were able to hear the 5 reasons why people are giving you lowball offers on your home and the ways you can combat that. If the mission to help 1 million homeowners resonates with you, do me a favor, like, subscribe, or share the podcast with someone who you know it will help. Y'all, we have a huge mission, and I am so thankful for the folks who are helping us get there. We have helped thousands, maybe even tens of thousands at this point, but that is so far away from the millions we hope to help. So please like, subscribe, give us a 5-star rating. It helps the message go out, or send our book to someone who you know can benefit. Y'all, I appreciate you for listening. I love you. God bless you. And I will talk to you soon. Take care. The views and opinions on this podcast are for informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal advice. If you have a specific legal question, we highly recommend you contact a qualified legal professional.